Hello, everybody. Look at me. I am animated. I'm a little drawing guy. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Anyway, yeah. Cool. Look at me. Look at me. I'm gonna do a spin. I can't do that in real life. Look. Woo! Amazing. I can also get really, really large. And I can jump scare. Jump scare again. All right, whatever. Let's shrink back down. Oh my goodness. I'm like doing this just like in the OBS window, kind of. So we'll just get me into a nice little size down there. All right, so basically what I want to talk to you guys about is Nintendo. We love Nintendo, right? And also 2024, that's a year, and it exists, and people do things in 2024, especially Nintendo. Nintendo is going to do things. And I'm going to talk to you about what the things I think Nintendo is going to do in 2024 are. All right? First thing, I think everybody's kind of expecting this. What is the new console? When is that happening? So really what I think is happening for the new console is they're going to announce it in like September through December, like those last 4 months of the year. And it's going to release in March. Like similar to how they did the Switch reveal and lead up to launch. Yeah, I think it'll be similar to that. Get the holidays done and then start off the year strong with a new console. Just kind of do that. Yeah, kind of like what they did with the Switch. Like Wii U going into the Switch. That's kind of what they did. So, and I think it's gonna launch. It's gotta launch with some games, right? We love games, don't we? Love games. Awesome. Games are fun. Games are really fun. You want to know what games it's gonna launch with? It's gonna launch with a new 3D Mario and Metroid Prime 4. I think those were kind of expected, but yeah, that's what the new console is gonna launch with: 3D Mario, Metroid Prime 4. But it's also going to launch with the promise of Mario Kart 9 in April. Splatoon 4 in May for Splatoon's 10th anniversary. I think that would be kind of nice. Get Splatoon on the new console as fast as possible, and it's also like, fun way to celebrate the Splatoon anniversary. Yeah. And also a Zelda game in 2025 of some capacity, whether it be 2D or 3D or whatever. It's going to be a Zelda game. Sadly, it is still going to use Switch Online, but it's going to be renamed to Nintendo Online. You can use your same subscription on this console as you did on your Switch, whatever it might be called. I'm just calling it Nintendo Online because we don't know if it's going to be the Switch too. Nintendo could really do anything. That's really the big thing here, is that this is Nintendo. They can do whatever the heck they want, and we just have to live with it. So a lot of people have been saying that it's launching this year. It's not launching this year, guys. Nintendo's been keeping us waiting. They're going to keep us waiting just a little extra bit longer. It's not happening. It doesn't make sense to release it this year. I feel like they need a full year to wind down the Switch. The Switch was just such a good generation for Nintendo. They can't just stop. They can't just stop and then go right into the next one. They need to finish out the Switch with the final year. Speaking of just finishing out the Switch, they are finishing out their catalog of games that they announced too. So, like, the games that they have announced for this month, they have Mario vs. Donkey Kong next week, and then they also have Splatoon 3 Side Order on the 22nd. So that's what they got for February. And right before we keep going, I'm just gonna say they're gonna release something every month, like third party Nintendo something every month up until the new console. Yeah. So basically what they have announced is Mario vs. Donkey Kong and Splatoon Side Order. I just said that. They also have Princess Peach Showtime in March. It's March 22nd. And then they also have Luigi's Mansion 2 HD and Paper Mario Thousand Year Door for some time this year. For Luigi's Mansion, I think June would be good for that. Like start of the summer, just get something out there for people to play. And then I think Paper Mario Thousand Year Door is big enough for it to be kind of more in the holiday area-ish, so I'm giving that September release. But what about every other month? What about all that other stuff? So this is all just mostly wishful thinking, honestly, but also I think it would make sense. Last year the Wii U 2016 had some games from smaller franchises pop up, get those fans happy, just give them something before the next generation, and then they'll have nothing for the rest of that generation. So I think what I'm just gonna go through it. Rhythm Heaven, a new Rhythm Heaven game or a port of Rhythm Heaven Fever, I think would make sense, because that game's been seeing a bit more popularity in the more recent years. So I think that could do Nintendo some good. Get the series out there even more than it already is, because we already saw with Pikmin and Pikmin 4 that releasing games from lesser known series on the Switch is a very good thing. A lot more people are playing Pikmin now than they ever were before, and that's really cool, because Pikmin is a really good game. I even got into Pikmin like that. First full Pikmin game I played was Pikmin 4, and I loved it. It was amazing. And then I bought all 3 of the rest of them. And I played those 2, and they were all great, and I love Pikmin, and oh my god, the purple ones are adorable and fat, and I love them. Anyway, yeah, so what were we talking about again? Rhythm Heaven? Yeah. So they could port Rhythm Heaven Fever, which is like the most popular one of the Rhythm Heaven games, I think. That's the one that's the hardest to find in my personal experience. I just bought it on the Wii U eShop before it closed down. That was one of the titles they had on there. But yeah, we needed Rhythm Heaven. I think it would do Nintendo some good. It'd get Rhythm Heaven fans really happy. Me especially. I love Rhythm Heaven. Rhythm Heaven is like one of my top games of all time. It's amazing. Second thing, I think a lot of people are kind of expecting this. Metroid Prime 2 and 3 remasters. Yeah, and by extent, Metroid Prime Trilogy remastered. I just throw that in the eShop. It's bundle 1, 2, and 3. Get that all. Yeah, nice. So the things I just mentioned, Rhythm Heaven and Metroid, they could happen in April or July. Either one of them. If one is in April, the other is going to be in July. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that they could flip flop those however they want, but I think April and July make the most sense for that. Okay, next thing I have, kind of going down the line of the year, right? And I said Luigi's Mansion in June, so that like fills a gap in between April and July with Rhythm Heaven and Metroid. So yeah, what is in August? Next month is August after that. Chibi Robo. Chibi Robo was one of the franchises they kind of gave another chance in 2016, along with Rhythm Heaven, actually. So I think a new Chibi Robo game would be too ambitious, because like not a lot of people really know this series as well. So I think they just remaster the first game for the Switch, do like, and heck, even just like an HD port would be fine, and I think that would work out pretty well. And then October, we actually have 2 things. I put Earthbound Remaster and a new Yoshi game in October. I think an Earthbound Remaster could be really cool. They like make it like 2.5D, like kind of how they did with Link's Awakening. And then a new Yoshi game. I think we're long overdue for a new Yoshi game. Well, last one was Crafted World in 2019, I think. Yeah. But yeah, I think it would be really interesting to see like a 3D Yoshi game. I think that could work. Yeah. Yeah, that's October. It's a bit of a smaller one, but you got Yoshi. That's kind of like a new big title, I guess, for Nintendo. And Earthbound Remaster. Earthbound's a really good game. They could remaster that, get some extra stuff going. And then for I'm trying to think. What did I have next? Oh yeah, F-Zero. A new F-Zero in November, or F-Zero GX Remaster. Also Donkey Kong in November, new 3D Donkey Kong. There's been rumors of a new Donkey Kong. I think it's just the right time. And also, we need a new F-Zero game. They've kind of been building up to it. Yeah, they had F-Zero 99. F-Zero Maximum Velocity was in literally the trailer for the GBA games on Nintendo Switch Online. That's not out yet. So they're gonna release that and then announce their F-Zero game, their big one. So yeah, that's basically all the games. That's basically all the games. It like I said, it's a smaller year. They're trying to wrap up the Switch, just get some last things on there. It doesn't really it's not really going to be a big year, but they're saving the bigness for next year. They're saving the bigness for 2025 with the new console and whatnot. Now, Nintendo Switch Online. Here's where it gets a little more interesting. They're gonna probably finish up the last few GBA games, which is, I think F-Zero Maximum Velocity was the only one that was actually announced. But hear me out. I think now is the right time for Mother 3. We need Mother 3. Like, English translation of Mother 3, pop it on the GBA Nintendo Switch Online, and have people play it, especially with that Earthbound remaster. That'll get some attention to the series, and it'll be good. They're probably going to call it Earthbound 2 if it does happen, because with Mother 1, they had Earthbound Beginnings, Mother 2 is, of course, Earthbound, Mother 3 just makes sense to be Earthbound 2. Or another subtitle if they can think of one, I don't know. Earthbound 2 is just what I had at the top of my mind. It makes the most sense. Yeah. And then I think they also need, I think it, okay, I'm trying to like calm down. All the words are just like bleh in my mouth, and it's very annoying. Whatever. Splatoon 3 expansion pass for the expansion pack on Switch Online. I think they did it for Octo expansion in Splatoon 2. I think that would make sense. I'm surprised it isn't on there already, but you know what can you do about it? Now last thing, everybody wants this. GameCube games on Nintendo Switch Online. Where the heck is it? Please give it to us. Please put it in my hands. I want to play it. Yeah. Although with all the GameCube remasters that have been going on the Switch lately with like Metroid and Pikmin, whatever, I don't actually know if it's starting to seem less likely. And they technically already did Mario Sunshine on 3D All-Stars in like 2020, but that doesn't really count. Even Nintendo doesn't think it counts. They put Mario 64 on the N64 games anyway, and it even included the BLJ. So yeah, the 3D All-Stars version didn't have the BLJ. The Nintendo Switch Online version does for some reason. So if you want to get the right version of Mario 64, get it on Nintendo Switch Online. If you want to get the right version of Mario Sunshine, get it on Nintendo Switch Online, I guess, if they want to do that. Although I can't really think of any major thing that was wrong with Sunshine on 3D All-Stars, but whatever. They could put some fun games on there. Yeah, that's basically it. Like, that's basically it for this year. It's not going to be anything too big, and I don't want to jump into like third-party stuff because we don't need third-party stuff right now. We have a lot of third-party stuff for the Switch. If they did do like if they did do third-party stuff, if third-party stuff ended up being really big for the Switch this year, I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, I'd be pretty happy because I think we need some third-party support for this year on Nintendo, because it's really just them winding the Switch down, getting ready for the new console, or at least that's what I think is going to happen. I'm not like I said, this is Nintendo. They can do whatever the hell they want. I have no say. Take everything I say with a grain of salt because I have absolutely no idea if this is actually going to be true, and it'll be fun at the end of the year to come back and revisit this little video to see how right I was or how totally stupidly wrong I was. So, yeah. That's basically it. That's gonna be 2024 for Nintendo. Way smaller it than like it normally is. It's gonna be a smaller year because they gotta 2025 is gonna be the big year. So they gotta have a bit of a smaller year. Uh, although I'm kind of wondering if I made the small year too small because I think I like. Ugh, I don't know if this is actually right. I don't know if this makes sense. Like I want to say it does, but it like doesn't. Man, I'm like contemplating this whole thing. It's like, but I'm pretty confident. The only thing I'm like really totally super confident about is that the new console is not launching this year. It's launching in March of 2025. Yeah, yeah, that's basically it. Uh, yeah, I'll see. Talk to you guys later, I guess. Yeah, cool, awesome. See you later.